The Taste of a Grape. Part 2 of novella written by Zachary Cooper. Narrated by the magic of technology. Music from DarrenCurtisMusic.com. Dedicated to family and friends whose honest critique fueled this work.
Prologue. When we last followed our team, they had recently lost a few colleagues in combat in competition with an organization known as the Fang within the city. The Fang is not just a loosely organized group of nasty vampires, but they hunt around the world, demanding the obedience of humans, since they find themselves superior. You've never heard of them, because the organization has been keeping these small pockets of the Fang out of the spotlight. In many cases, they were superior, other than the complete exposure to not being able to defend themselves during the day, or the extreme vulnerability to fire, sunlight, and the demand for blood to last the decades, sometimes getting them caught just like most vampires. Unexpected allies, and luck, helped our team turn the tide on this superior enemy. It has been a couple of months since that massacre, on both sides. Each had lost colleagues, and vampire blood fueled humans, or ghouls, in piles of muscle and bone, but they would not be considered loved ones. It would be a far stretch of the phrase. These are the creatures that see decades and centuries. If social interaction is what one of them demands, they would leave themselves vulnerable to those who would exploit such a relationship. The scene that was left, after the wake of a vampire and werewolf massacre, was left to the imagination of the humans who were able to check it out the next day. Seeing chips of brick taken out of buildings, a collapsed fence, and red spills in the dirt, that were covered in bleach, could not be ignored, but none could explain it. Especially strange, there were marks in the buildings that were chipped away, preventing certain things to be found as well. Parts of walls and even the ground were removed, preventing claw marks of huge animals to be questioned. The many calls to the police through the night were unexpected. People have been used to gunfire, fights or yelling, but that night wolves were howling, and lots of gunfire, and what even sounded like fireworks were heard from miles away. There was so little evidence at the scene. The police had been there most of the day, cataloging material, and bullets, but not only was there little to explain the situation, those who were allies of the centuries-old creatures were there to prevent anything from coming loose that could damage their bosses or masters. Would things be okay for our followed team, or would they need to do more to clean up the mess of what has been dubbed the storage complex debacle?